friends, welcome back to another delicious and fun chew and chat here on Frontier Patriot. This is my beautiful wife, Justine Rayfield, and today she has prepared for us a ye old duck.
Fun, eh? You're giving people promises I don't know if we can keep. But we have roast duck with peas, and that's kind of it, because we already ate our desserts.
Oh yeah, we made white pot.
And which we devoured, and then afterwards I was like, wait, aren't we supposed to eat that on the Chew Chat? Oh man!
Now, the white pot, if you're not familiar with it, it's very similar to a bread pudding, because it has bread torn up in it. The pan or the pot that you're cooking in is lined with bread, and you pour in your custardy mixture with the cream and the eggs and the nutmeg and sugar or whatever. And this one had raisins in it.
It did have, it called only for raisins, and of course I swapped the nutmeg out for cinnamon, you know me. We'll talk about nutmeg later.
Yes.
Yeah,
we will. But first, let's say grace. It's Easter week. Easter's already been gone here and past, but it is Easter week, so in light of that, dear Lord, thank you for everybody who supports us and has been nice to us over the years. Well, we really appreciate our family, our friends, and our fans, and we thank you and for them, and we hope that they all are having a good, healthy time in their lives. Thank you for this food. Amen.
Amen.
It is hot today. You're going to see me doing this a lot. It's the first really hot day. It's in the 80s outside, but we're not accustomed to it yet.
It is not in the 80s in here.
No,
it's in probably, the 90s in here.
It's in the 90s in here at least.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I am 31 weeks pregnant right now.
Yep, 31 weeks.
31 weeks. I'm in the 30s. Woo! Okay, cooking this was very easy. The heat.
There you go.
The heat in here, I'm actually very uncomfortable right now.
Are you? Do we need to move this outside?
No, because I'm too lazy to do that.
Drink some cold water.
Okay.
And take deep, slow breaths. Calm down.
If I had to guess, I think it's probably 97 degrees in here. I'm not even exaggerating.
That's very exact.
The fire's still going, hasn't burnt out yet. Oh, ice water.
I did throw some ice cubes in that.
I really appreciate you going to the ice house and doing that.
Okay, well, while you cool down, I'm going to start in on this. And if you want to see Justine make this delicious meal and the things that we already ate that aren't here, please go over to Early American. That's our main channel over there. We cook it, and here we eat it. We also had rice cakes.
And those are gone as well.
Yeah.
we goofed, we ate.
You get hungry. I think we've told you guys before, it takes like, on average, 6 to 7 hours to film these videos. And you get hungry. So what do? You eat.
Oh my gosh, though, for real, this duck is amazing.
This is the best duck that we've done on the show. We've done it at least once, maybe twice, but I will be honest, last time we did it, we had it in the Dutch oven or the cook kettle, and the oil just sat there. It sat in the oil because ducks are very greasy.
Very fatty. And
the greasy oil started to burn inside of it, and it really didn't have that great of a flavor. But this was cooked in that tin rotisserie oven, or reflector oven, if you will.
Right.
And it's divine. It's very good.
I'm a dark meat person. On a chicken, I go for the legs and the wings.
This whole thing's dark.
This whole thing is dark meat. If you like dark meat, this tastes like, this tastes so good. And like Ron was saying, the last time we did a historic receipt with duck, we cooked it in we ran out of forks.
I'm eating meat with a spoon.
Use your knife. We ran out of forks. I don't know where our forks went. It's very weird.
We live a chaotic life.
Yes, so I don't know where our forks are at the moment. But so we cooked it in the Dutch oven. Bad idea. Do not make duck that way. Duck is a very, very fatty animal. Yeah, it did not get crispy at all. No, the bottom was soggy. It was like boiled in grease. It was actually really off-turning. It is like, to put it mathematically, 10 times fattier than a chicken. I mean, it is just, the entire tail is nothing but a ball of fat. Like, the whole thing is just really fatty. Gets them through winter. Yep. So you want to cook a duck with it hanging somehow so that the fat drips off of it. In this case, you don't want to hold on to that fat.
But a little bit of this fat is...
Of course, a little bit is great, but this gave it a crispy skin and juicy flesh.
I want more meat. I'm taking away.
This is so good. I love that reflector oven. I love it. It makes everything taste so good.
That was effortless to twist that off the bone. It's cooked to perfection.
It said, it's weird, in the original receipt, it said cook it for 20 to 30 minutes.
There's no way.
There's no way.
This thing is cooked for 20 minutes on each side.
That must be a typo. An error.
It must be, maybe they meant 120 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's bare minimum. This thing cooked for maybe 3 hours?
It cooked for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
I slow cooked it. Like, sure, you could put it over a raging fire and cook it in 20 minutes, but then it wouldn't be super juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Yeah. There's flying things in here. They just
Oh, no. Man. Ronald.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
This gets a 10 out of 10.
That was a little expensive.
It is very expensive.
But there's only 2 of us, so we shopped around for the smallest one, so we got the cheapest one.
Right. I would like to have some ducks someday.
Wank, wank, wank.
Yeah. Have you ever tried duck eggs?
I have not.
I've tried them.
Are they bigger than chicken?
Yes, slightly. They're an acquired taste. They do not taste like chicken eggs. There's a slight difference. They're good for baking because they have a big yolk.
Maybe because they eat a lot of... Oh, what do ducks eat when they're in the water? They don't eat fish,
They eat vegetables.
Vegetables, okay.
In fact...
Maybe they eat small fish, too. I don't know.
One of their favorite treats is peas. Really? And here we are, serving it with peas, mocking it. Okay, what would you rate this? This is so good.
This is fine dining quality here.
Really?
The duck, yes, really. So
thank you.
It gets 10 out of 10. We haven't done anything where I can give it a 1 out of 1 in a while, okay? I know you guys say, well, Ron just says 10 just to be nice every week. Well, lately it's been really good stuff. Now, 6 months ago we were eating some bad stuff and it was all 1s. So I think we're due for a 1er here soon. But no, this is really good. It's
stuffed with sage and onions, and breadcrumbs, which the receipt instructed us to do.
Yeah, I wonder why they want you to stuff it with breadcrumbs.
I don't know.
I get the sage and the
outside
onion for the flavor, but
why the inside?
What's the breadcrumbs gonna do?
Why put breadcrumbs on the inside? I don't know.
Unless maybe it helps hold in the juices somehow.
I don't know. All I know is this is to die for. I forgot how hot I am. Eating this.
Good. That means you cooled down.
The ice water did help.
Good.
Man.
We are. You already told them. You're 31 weeks. I thought it was 41 earlier today. It's just like, I ain't 41 weeks early. Or 41 weeks pregnant, else we'd be having the kid already.
We'd already be having the kid. Yep. I'm 31 weeks now. I still feel very, very good. The belly is starting to get bigger.
They're at the point where they gain like a half a pound a week now? Is that what the doctor said?
I think that's what they said, yeah. Okay, guys.
He's a growing boy.
Do you want us to do you want to show them the 3D?
Sure.
We recently went to an independent clinic where anytime you can go and get an ultrasound if you want to. And I hadn't had one done since 20 weeks. You're not supposed to do too many of them. And I wanted to do one of those 3D, 4D. Welcome to the future, folks. This ain't your grandma's ultrasound. And this is what little Ronnie looks like right now.
Now, he's slightly bigger than average, she said.
Yes.
He's roughly 3.7 pounds estimated.
60th percentile, so nothing too crazy. But he's very active. He seems very happy. I can't believe how perfectly formed his fingers are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just can't believe we made that.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Hold that hand up there. Look at that.
I got small hands.
Now, us and the nurse lady had come to a conclusion that he has Justine's mouth, like the lip shape.
I think so.
And maybe my nose, I'm not sure. From the side, it looks like Justine's nose, but from the front, it looks like mine. But we have no idea what the eye color is yet, so that'd be interesting.
50-50 shot because you have blue and I have brown.
Yes, he might just come out green or something.
There's a 1% chance of that.
1% chance. As long as he doesn't have one brown and one blue, that'd be weird.
Are you kidding me? That'd be awesome. He'd be like David Bowie.
He'd get made fun of, probably.
No! The chicks would go after him.
Good for him.
He'd be unique. So that is what little Ronnie looks like. He's just baking in the oven right now like this duck did earlier today.
Well, he needs to continue baking because we ain't done with the house yet.
Yeah.
We're still working on the house. Of course we're working on the house. We're always going to be working on the house. Forever. At least that's what everybody keeps telling me. They're like, oh, you'll be working on it 20 years from now, too. I believe them.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yes. We've been painting the walls. We've been texturing the walls. We have finally got the solar on the back roof of the barn. Now, the house is not powered yet. We got to get a couple more wires and a few connectors. So one more day working on that when the electrician is available. The house should be powered.
His
finally.
Friend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We're so close. There's a lot of pressure on us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a housewarming party in June.
Mm-hmm.
Little Ron is due in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure.
There's big events coming up that we're involved with that we got to be in. Which, speaking of that, there's a special guest coming on this show. He's on his way here right now as I'm speaking to you, and he's going to tell us about the event. That's going to be later in the show, so be sure to stick around for that. Also, big news. We do not have time to build a summer kitchen at our house, so we have taken it upon ourselves to cut a hole in the wall of our kitchen, and we are building a great big old cooking hearth in our modern kitchen. I say modern, it's the kitchen that's attached to the house.
Right.
So we're going to do that, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to save us a lot of time, and eventually, maybe next year or something, we can build a detached kitchen. You know, things about detached kitchens are they're really nice. It keeps the rodents out. It helps keep the heat out of the house. Has nothing to do with fire.
Oh, that's a myth.
Yeah, that's a myth. We're recently on a tour somewhere. I forget where. I honestly forget where. And the docent said, yeah, they had these detached kitchens because they were scared of fire. It's like, fire has been around for thousands of years. People have been cooking and playing with fire. They're not scared of fire.
There were fireplaces in every room of the house.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense that they were afraid the house was going to catch on fire if they cooked with a fire. Yet at the same time, they had fires going. I mean, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. When you
the real reason that they had detached summer kitchens is because it kept the bugs away from the house.
And the mice.
It kept the bugs and the mice away from the house. And not everyone could afford a detached summer kitchen.
Some of them older New England homes from the 1600s and early 1700s, there is no detached kitchen. Those hearths are 8 foot wide and 6 foot tall inside them houses.
It's a luxury if you don't want bugs in your house.
Yeah.
And cooking smells.
Even, let's see, there's a house in Defiance, Missouri in St. Charles County, the Daniel Boone house, where Daniel Boone actually died. It was his son Nathan's house, but he lived there for the last few years of his life, I believe. And that's where he passed away. But in the basement of that house is where their kitchen is. So it's not detached. Yeah. Now, maybe they had one, but it's no longer there, so I can't tell you if they had one or not for sure. But I know they had a cooking kitchen inside the house.
In the basement.
It's a giant hearth, and it's in the basement.
Yep. So we're eventually going to build one.
Eventually.
But okay, so here's what we're going to do. When little Ronnie comes, I hope to God everything goes okay.
Yes.
Realistically, we're going to take a couple of weeks off.
Yeah. We gotta figure this parenting thing out.
We do.
How to change diapers at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we gotta figure this out. I remember looking at Ron a while back and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing as far as parenting goes. I don't think any first-time parent knows, really.
I mean, are there gonna be sleepless nights? Yes. Are we gonna get annoyed? Yes.
Every parent does.
But I don't think it's rocket science. You keep them fed, you keep them clean, keep them warm, and
you love them,
and everything will be fine.
Yeah. Well, we will figure it out.
We've had Mish Mish.
Might as well have a baby with Mish Mish.
Oh, I know, he's so needy.
You have to cradle him like a baby, by the way. But
yes.
So we're gonna take a couple weeks off, and also for me to physically heal.
Yes.
And then the goal is that when we return, boom, we are gonna be in the new house.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be what the first video is we're in the new house. You're going to
Yes.
see the new kitchen and everything.
Yes. So there's a lot of pressure, as you said 5 minutes ago.
There is
There's
a lot
of pressure.
Because it's not like we're just, we already live in the house and we bought a house, you know, it's not like that. And we're about,
Right.
It's everything, it's everything times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because on top of it, we're building a house. It's off grid because it had to be. We couldn't get electric out there. It's in the wilderness.
And we're building up the film with it as well, so it has to look a certain way. You can't just slap crap on the walls and call it good.
Oh, and we're too poor to afford someone else to build a house for us.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot going on.
A lot going on. But,
Yeah.
But we're very grateful for everything.
We are. Well, you mentioned nutmeg earlier. In case you guys have not noticed, Townsends, if you're familiar with, which I'm sure you are, if you're here, you've probably heard of them too. They're the other really big, popular historical cooking channel. Townsends had us over in Indiana last week, and we were part of 2 of their videos, actually 3. We were in the Nutmeg Tavern for a live.
Check that out.
And then we were on a 18th century versus 19th century cake video, and then a curry versus curry video. Now, it was supposed to have been a cooking contest with the curry, but we got rained out. But we had a blast. Everybody there is super duper 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 nice. And
Very
John's
nice.
Wife is an excellent cook.
Oh my
Her
gosh.
chicken salad is the best chicken
She
salad I've
is
had
the
in my life.
pasta salad master.
Yes.
Every day we were out there, she was bringing a different type of pasta salad that I've never had.
Yeah, she'd bring out pasta salad or some kind of chicken salad and some croissants.
A BLT salad.
With rice in it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And they are as nice as they appear on screen.
They
They're
are.
super, super nice and very interesting people.
Very nice.
So,
The
surprise!
crew was easy to work with and very fun to work with. I wasn't sure what to expect because everybody has their own way of doing things, and it's just Justine and I. So we don't really have a routine. So going into something where you know people have a routine, it gelled really, really well.
It did.
It was a great experience, and I hope that they'll have us back. We dropped some hints, and so did they. And so maybe we can actually do a official cook-off contest at some point in time in the future whenever the weather's good.
We didn't do that because the weather was horrible.
Yeah, it was. Now, they're located, I would say, within an hour of the Great Lake up there, maybe.
So it's colder up there.
So it's colder, and the storm was coming off of the lake, and it was just blowing. It actually snowed. It was snowing. The second day we were up there, it was.
Meanwhile, look out here. All the trees have leaves and flowers.
Yeah, it was dead up there.
They were 20 degrees colder than up here.
They're probably 3 weeks, maybe even a month behind us.
It was in the low 30s. It was rainy.
Yeah.
Excuse me again. It was raining. It was just bitterly cold and terrible. And we all just said, yeah, we're not doing an outside cooking contest. But maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had such a good time up there.
It was a lot of fun.
They were very nice to us.
Ryan, the second in command there at Townsends, he was in the curry video with you. He had us over for dinner, and him and his lovely family made dinner for us, and it was super delicious. I thought it was a Thanksgiving meal.
I know.
They made ham. They made, all the Thanksgiving type fixings. It was a huge feast. It was delicious.
They went above and beyond. They really took care of us, and we appreciate it greatly. And once our house is done, we will return the favor.
Oh, yeah.
Come over for dinner, please.
Yes. And speaking of Ryan, if you're looking for good coffee,
yeah.
check out Blue Lion Coffee. Ryan is going to be at Fort Frederick this weekend at the big event they got there in Maryland, I believe is where that's at.
Yes.
And he also has a website, Blue Lion Coffee, and it is good. The stuff I'm really in love with right now is a light to medium roast called Wake Me Up Before You Go, Joe. It's a play on the song by Wham from the 80s, Wake Me Up Before You Go, because Ryan is also a musician. So check out his coffee. It's excellent. Tell him you heard it from here, and it'll put a big smile on his face.
It is what Ron drinks every morning now.
I've ditched the Dunkin'. This is way better than Dunkin'.
He used to like Dunkin' coffee, but nope, not anymore.
Yep. When I had Ryan's, I was like, get out of here, Dunkin'. Where is that special guest?
Oh, and by the way, the live in the Nutmeg that has us in it is the one about taxes.
Yes, it's the one about taxes, and I believe the interview with us is at the end of that one.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great time. You know,
Very
I think
good.
our special guest, I'm going to give him some of this shrub. I took my shrub up there. They liked my shrub on Townsends.
They did.
They did. So I got some for our special guest coming today.
I am so bad at carving.
Okay, let me carve up.
I just got this one bone right here.
Oh, I heard. Did you hear that? It went.
Woo! Did I get it? Oh.
Well, that's a piece of meat.
Oh man, this. And I haven't been eating that much lately. Like I'm just not that hungry. I think little Ron is starting to push up against my stomach. So
I wish I had that problem. I'm just eating like crazy. My britches don't fit me anymore.
My stomach capacity is not what it used to be. But this, I will make room for this.
Well, we don't have duck, but whenever we cook it on the show, that's it.
Right, because it's expensive.
Yes. Oh man.
Marvelous. Oh, and by the way, what would you rate the white pot and the rice cakes that we made?
The rice cakes, I won't give them a 10. They were very bland. Mm-hmm. The ones you get from the store are actually better.
Yeah.
They're more crunchier. I think that's what it was. It wasn't as crunchy as I thought it was going to be, and definitely not as sweet. But the white pot, I give that an 8.
Okay.
I do like bread pudding.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
I love buttered bread.
Man, normally I don't even like peas. I love vegetables, but something about peas, it tastes like grass. But these peas are good.
They are green.
It's like, it soaked up the juices of the duck. Oh, goodness gracious. And, the rice cakes, I would give a 3. Only because they were very bland. Compared to what you were probably expecting. Mm-hmm. Modern day rice cakes. But the white pot, I would give an 8 as well.
I need it again.
Yeah. We have. It's actually the second time we've made it on the channel.
You're right. Excellent job.
Thank you. The reflector oven did all the work. I just put it in there. Okay, so we have this week's weirdest and this week's coolest.
We did.
History.
Who wants to go fast? Who wants to go first? You want me to go first? Why you eat that piece of meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have an appointment with Duck, and it's happening right now.
Okay. So, drum roll, please.
This week's weirdest history fact. Quack, quack, go.
Thank you. All right. So you've all heard of the California Gold Rush from 1849, correct? Well, that's the only one I've ever heard of. And so you think that's the gold rush of the gold rushes, and that's the only one we've ever had. Well, it's not. That's actually not even the second gold rush that America has had. Actually, it's not even the third. Actually, it is. It's the third gold. It's the third gold rush that America's had. The first one that the United States had was in North Carolina in 1799, when a young man named Conrad Reed found a large yellow rock in his father's field in Cabarrus County, North Carolina, in 1799. He had no idea what it was, and neither did his father. So they used it as They reportedly used it as a doorstop for several years.
A hunk of gold?
I guess when gold comes out of the ground, it's not
refined.
Yeah, because the impurities are stuck to it, so it just looks like a yellow rock.
That is insane.
You know, there's a lot of yellow rock that came out of our ground where we dug our basement.
I wish.
It's straight up yellow.
Yeah, but that ain't gold. Just dream on.
Dang it. So, anyways, this 17-pound golden yellow rock turns out to be a gold nugget. A jeweler who was visiting them said it was gold, and then the rush was on. Eventually, Congress built the Charlotte Mint in North Carolina to cope with the sheer volume of gold dug up in North Carolina. In 1828, gold was discovered in Georgia, making it the second gold rush in the United States history. And then finally, the third one, which the one that we learned about in school, the only one that we thought existed, is in 49. James Marshall strikes gold out in California, and thousands of people go out that way.
Yeah.
So I think it got more attention, and it opened up the West more, because by the time 1799 is here, North Carolina, it's just kind of, it's been around for a while, so nobody really cares. But you tell them, hey, I found gold out in this new place way out here in this empty land. That's why everybody went out there to try to make their own and get a piece of land out there. So Yeah, that's pretty cool that they had a doorstop that turned out to be a piece of gold.
You say 17 pounds?
Yeah, it's at 17 pounds.
Whoa.
How much is that?
If you found 17 pounds of gold...
How much is an ounce of gold, like?
The value of it?
Yeah. Is
a lot.
Like, I really have no idea. Is it $1,000 or is it $100 for an ounce?
If not, maybe $1 million. That's
must
crazy.
Be nice.
Right. And it is hard to imagine 18th century gold rush, you know, because you just always picture the cowboy era. Everyone's wearing leather fringe and cowboy hats. Yeehaw! Gotta get me some gold. Gotta pan for the gold out in California. Well, apparently that, for some reason, we fixate only on that one particular gold rush and not all the others that happen.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Oh gosh, I can't.
That's Hollywood for you. It's out in California. That's the relation.
That is the reason. That's the true reason why they made all the movies about the California gold rush, because they're very biased. Gosh, I'm obsessed with this duck. This is the best thing I've eaten in months.
On the show? Or
in my life.
In your life?
In my life.
Well, I made dinner the other night, and you told me it was good.
It was good. But this is really good.
Okay.
This duck cost us $17.
It is good.
It is very good. And yeah, your dinner last night was very good too.
Thank you.
He made chicken. It was awesome. Oh. Okay.
You ready for yours?
I can do this week's coolest history fact. This week's.
I get to say it this time.
Oh, sorry.
This week's coolest history fact. Go.
Sorry, the heat kind of fried my brain a little bit. Okay, so I got a totally unrelated cool history fact.
Actually, it's a couple different facts, ain't it?
Well, it's about one man.
Okay.
It's about a man you may have heard of before, Abraham Lincoln.
The president?
Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States. One of the most recognizable historical figures from the United States, I'd say.
The $5 bill.
Yeah, that and George Washington, you know, they're like the most generic. Generic.
They're both on Mount Rushmore.
They are. But did you know this weird fact about Abraham Lincoln? He is in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Huh?
As of 1992.
Like the WWE?
No, not the WWE Hall of Fame. The National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh, so like real wrestling.
Shh, don't tell them WWE ain't real. You're going to break their hearts.
It looked real when I was a kid.
I have a soft spot for that WWE stuff, I have to admit. I like the Undertaker.
She likes this. Right here.
Oh! Whatever. Okay, anyway, yeah, as of 1992, he was put in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. What in the world? Okay, Abraham Lincoln, he was 6'4", big dude.
Taller than me.
Wait, I thought everyone back then was only 5'1", huh? Yeah, that's a myth as well. He began wrestling in his early 20s. He didn't stop until he was in about his mid-30s. And he would wrestle in county fairs.
Oh.
And at first I thought, okay, poor Lincoln. He was poor. He grew up poor. He grew up a farmer from a poor family. We all heard the story. He grew up in a one-room log cabin. So did he wrestle because he was poor and he would win money? No, it turns out he just liked kicking some butt. There was no other reason for it. He just was very passionate about wrestling.
Put your dukes up.
Put your dukes up. Here. He was primarily what's called a catch wrestler.
Catch wrestler.
Which is a style of wrestling that is no longer popular for obvious reasons. Because it has very few, if any, rules.
Oh, street fighting.
It's basically street fighting.
Prison rules.
Prison rules.
Poke you in the eye.
You better.
Fight you.
You're gonna shank me?
With my
With a spoon. Okay, so yeah, catch wrestling. Very few rules. Very. Ugh. It is defined by its quick matches and quick takedowns.
Quick takedowns.
Yeah, it's pretty quick because, someone just straight up punches you in the face and then,
He's got a knife.
He's got a knife. Now, there is a rumor that Lincoln himself might have actually invented the choke slam.
The chokes. That sounds painful.
It's where you grab someone by the neck and slam them on the ground, I think. But no one knows for sure if that's real or if that's just kind of a funny thing that gets repeated. Okay, was he good? Was he good, though?
I'm going to say yes. If he's that tall and he's in the Hall of Fame, he's obviously good.
This is before he was president, obviously, okay? This is when he was in his 20s.
They're not going to put somebody in the Hall of Fame who's not good.
True.
Unless it's, like, so bad and he just stuck around, then maybe, but I don't know.
So he wrestled in more than 300 matches before he said, I'm going to call it quits once he was in his mid-30s. This was over about a dozen years. Out of 300 matches, he only lost one time.
One?
One time. Those odds are crazy.
That's really good odds.
That is like top.
It's like Hogan.
That's like Muhammad Ali, Mayweather type stuff. I mean, that is the top of the top as far as wrestling, boxing, whatever. So the person that he lost to was a man named Private Lorenzo Thompson. I don't think he was famous for anything really. Lincoln was in his prime when he wrestled Private Lorenzo, but he just lost. He couldn't out muscle him. He was a better wrestler. The guy picked Lincoln up and physically threw him out of the ring.
Wow.
And so he lost. And it was his first and last defeat. But Lincoln still fought many times after that. So it didn't make him quit. Now, another very random fact about Abraham Lincoln, just when you thought this guy couldn't get any more mysterious and interesting, he had a liquor license.
Wasn't he a lawyer, too?
He was.
Man,
Eventually.
he really did everything.
A Renaissance man.
A Renaissance man, yes.
He had a liquor license. A very, very interesting fellow. When he was 24, might have been 23, in 1833, he ran a tavern with his friend out of Illinois, and so he technically had a liquor license. Huh. It was issued to him and his friend.
So he's a bartender.
Lincoln was a wrestling bartender. Okay, and now the craziest part of all this to me, and something that we just don't even think about, when Lincoln was elected president for the first time, he actually used his fame as a wrestler to win. Because he was so famous, he marketed it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and to me that is just cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
I had no idea about any of those, other than the part of him being a lawyer. But I didn't know about being a tavern owner, barkeeper, and a wrestler, Hall of Fame wrestler.
A Hall of Fame wrestler.
It's too bad John Wilkes Booth didn't make a sound whenever he snuck up behind Lincoln and Lincoln got a hold of him.
He would have choke slammed him. Right.
Get him in a headlock. Yeah.
It's funny because Mr. Wilkes Booth, at first, he had a plot to kidnap Abraham Lincoln instead of just outright killing him. If he had kidnapped Abraham Lincoln, he would have quickly regretted that decision.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he decided not to do that. Instead, he took the cowardly way out and snuck behind him, which is always a very cowardly thing to do to anybody. Because anyone can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's this week's coolest history fact. Man, America is awesome.
America is awesome.
America.
And speaking of America and being awesome, the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Lexington and Concord just happened this past weekend. So the 250th events are among us now. It has officially begun.
It has begun.
It has begun.
So last time there was a celebration like this was 1976.
Yeah. Yep.
Bicentennial.
Now a lot of these places do stuff every year, which is great. But for some reason on the 25th and the 50th and the 100th, they really go all the way.
Something about that number just makes people come out. We like a nice
rounded
number.
Yes. Yes. But history is important. It's not just important to remember it, but to preserve it as well.
Of course it is. And that's why we appreciate you being here with us. Because you watching this and maybe learning a thing or two, or at least enjoying your time, is part of preserving history, believe it or not.
Yes.
Right. Back to this duck.
You're going back to it? Oh, man. I'm stuffed.
Disappointed to see when I flipped it around that the leg is missing.
Yeah.
But I understand.
I ate that.
I understand. That's always my favorite cut of any
I'm sorry.
animal.
Whew, I'm stuffed. I'm full of white pot, full of duck.
May I have a knife, please?
And some of the rice cakes. I don't want to eat nothing else. I can't eat nothing else.
You want to sample some shrub?
I'll wait for our guest.
Okay.
Where is he?
He's walking. This
Well,
is
he
the
needs to hurry up.
1820s, Ron.
Well, he can get a horse.
Not everyone can afford that. Oh, yeah. Just all I can say is get a reflector oven, please. Because it is, like everyone's dad and grandpa, they reach a certain age where they just become obsessed with barbecue grilling.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you gotta get the
latest.
5000 or
the egg.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell your grandpa, tell your dad about the tin reflector oven, 1820 edition.
The closest thing to it would be a barbecue grill with a lid on it. And then you put the bird on the spit.
Oh, you can do that?
If you can. You probably have to drill a hole in each side of your lid, which you...
Oh, that's
I
not
wouldn't
a good
recommend
idea.
it, but if you want the next closest thing to that, it's just a piece of metal that's just wrapped around it, and it's just rotisserie.
Okay.
Or build you a tent out of tinfoil that's to a fire with some steaks and a spit.
Get the reflector oven. You'll thank me later.
It's just easier. Yep.
I got mine from.
You got a big old piece of meat there, or you ain't finished yet?
That's all bone.
Oh, is it?
That's his rib cage, so it's just it's too much work.
I see.
I got my reflector oven from Dixie Tin Works.
Yes.
Not sponsored. I paid for it completely myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do sponsors like that, really. We did it with Samson Historical.
Yep.
But otherwise, I always just buy my own stuff, and I don't name drop or anything like that. I'm just any other person. Can I please have a reflector oven?
Right.
Okay, you gotta wait 3 to 4 weeks for it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, my plate is filling up fast with bones. Okay.
I don't think there's anything else. Was there anything else on this list? Oh. Fort Dashard. On June 7th and June 8th, this coming June 2025, they're having their 55th annual rendezvous. It's a huge event. It's the fort's biggest event each year, their June rendezvous. And that is on June 7th and June 8th at Fort Dashard. It's the 55th annual.
How many people would you say go to that?
Oh, I would say there's maybe 500 campers on a good event. Like, there's no chance of rain. Obviously, rain detours people. But when it's not raining and everybody shows up, there's probably 500 campers at least. And then there's, I would say, maybe 3,000 spectators each day.
Yeah, it's
just,
open
just
to the public.
Estimating. It's a beautiful place. It's a really nice event. It's usually really hot.
It's open to the public. It's not like
free.
You have to be
you pay for parking.
reenactor.
It's like maybe $4 or $5 per car, but it doesn't matter if you got one person in there or 10 people in there. So.
Right. And there's a lot of shopping.
Oh yeah, a lot of shopping, unique shopping that you can't find anywhere else necessarily. I mean, there's some websites and stuff, but it's always better to see these things in person.
Mm-hmm.
You get to try clothing on, or see, feel it, see what it's made of.
Yeah. People ask me all the time, where'd you get that? Where'd you get this? And I just tell them, I got it from a dude who sold it to me at an event 5 years ago. Not everything is online.
Right.
Especially with historic stuff, a lot of us just aren't. Mm-hmm. We don't sell things online. We don't sell things online.
We don't. We can't. We're just, there's no time.
And we don't know how to do it. Like, I remember when you used to sell your coloring books last year, we didn't know how to do that. So we would just say, mail us $5 and we'll mail you a coloring book.
$8.
But it was $8. That's right. It covered the shipping as well. But you have to come in person to these historic events.
Now, some of these people have business cards. Well, all of them have business cards, I believe. But some have, I don't want to call it a warehouse, but they might have an in-home warehouse. Like their garage or their basement is where they keep all their stuff. So if you see something but maybe you can't afford it, take their business card, tell them you'll give them a call. You like the way the item looks or fits or whatever, and whenever you can afford it, give them a call or email, and they'll gladly ship it to you, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, I think now we should wait for our guest. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Come on in.
Welcome back, everybody. Our special guest, Aaron Smith, has shown up. He is the tourism director for the city of Ste Genevieve. Welcome, Aaron.
Hey, thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. Justine, thank you for letting me come on and talk a little bit about what we have going on in the city. June 14th, I want to put in a plug. We are doing the French Heritage Festival. If you haven't heard from these two, you know, Ste Genevieve is a pretty big French historical town. And, you know, we have a really cool frontier French calendar of events that we do, and the French Heritage Festival is kind of smack dab in the middle of that. So,
and that's a free event.
It's a free event, yes. We are doing a ticketed part of the night where we're going to actually have a dance, kind of like a Regency ball sort of situation in the back of the Lemelier house. So that'll be super fun. But the rest of the day we have Dennis Stromat, who plays Pawpaw French, which is a Missouri French dialect music. It's very similar to like Cajun fiddle music. He'll be playing during the day. We'll be cooking Creole food in a pot that I'll be taking home today. So that's pretty giant cauldron. Yeah.
You guys remember the cauldron that we murdered the turkey in last Thanksgiving, right? That's the one he's gonna cook in. What are you gonna cook?
I think I'm gonna do a jambalaya.
Jambalaya,
yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
You're from Louisiana, aren't you?
I'm from Cajun country, yeah, and that's what's so cool about coming up here is most people just don't, especially down south, don't realize the like immense French culture here, and so yeah, it's really cool to come up here and see kind of the same last names that are down south, and see that the culture is very much the same. You know, a lot of the stuff we do, like La Guyanais and things like that, are very much based on the same things, that the same roots that Mardi Gras came out of and things like that. So
they've been doing Mardi Gras since the early 18th century down there in New Orleans.
Right. Yeah. Although the first one was like in Birmingham or something.
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
So I think if you've been to the French Heritage Festival before, this format will be a little bit different. The city is kind of taking a bigger stance and getting it organized and making it more fun, and doing like what you guys do, which is making history fun for a new generation.
Thanks, we try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Word on the street is you're going to have the French Marines here.
Oh yeah. We're working with the French Marines. We do an opening ceremony to the festival. It's on the steps of the Catholic Church. This is a huge Catholic community, and we have one of the most beautiful churches I've seen.
Oh yeah.
You know, we'll start off on the steps of the Catholic Church, and then we do a promenade through town that will end at the parade grounds, and we will have that headed up by the French Marines this year. So.
And they're out of Fort Dashard, right?
They're out of Fort Dashard. I think. So what's interesting, if you go to Fort Dashard for the rendezvous, the very next Saturday is the French Heritage Festival, and I think that's just a natural marriage.
Oh, yeah.
We're working with the city to bring French and Quebecois tourists down here. I've heard from people who have been to Quebec that Ste Gen is like a little Quebec village that just dropped in the middle of Missouri, which is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, and so to get those folks here, you know, you want to package something, and I think what would be cool is for people to come down, stay in Ste Gen, use Ste Gen as a hub. It's the best place to like stay.
Good restaurants too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
They would know, yeah, and that's where we meet. And then go to Fort Dashard for the rendezvous, and then stick around for a week. Go hit all of the different French sites around here. Go to old mines and that sort of thing, and then stay for French Heritage Festival. So that's what we're looking to kind of grow here.
And if you haven't heard of Ste Genevieve before, we keep mentioning this town over and over mysteriously on our channel.
It's where we're at.
We live in Ste Genevieve. It's a smallish town of about 5,000 people. It was founded in the 1730s, so it has a very significant historical aspect to it. The entire town is actually a National Historic Site. because it has the most surviving vertical log structures.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're used to horizontal log structures, but here they built it vertically, as is the French-American style.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to orientate yourself, we're about an hour from the city of St. Louis.
South.
An hour south from St. Louis. We're in Missouri.
And it's right on the Mississippi
It's
River.
right on the Mississippi River, and that separates Missouri from Illinois.
Yeah.
So you can come on here. It's not a big city. It won't overwhelm you at all. It's a small town. The food's really good. It's really cheap. Small town prices. There's hotels, Airbnbs, restaurants.
People are nice.
The
The scenery is nice. There's plenty of parts.
Wineries.
Like
great
trails to
hikes.
hike. Yeah.
Even hiking and biking right off of the
Oh, yeah.
downtown is really good, and I think you guys do a better job of promoting the tourism than I do, but they've got all the aspects correct. It's just a very small, quaint, cheap. You get a lot of world class things for a small price, and the
Mm-hmm.
community here is so lovely. So,
Well, speaking of good, I got something I want you to try.
please.
This is called shrub, and it's very popular with French and English and Americans in the 18th and 19th century. Justine, you want to give me one of those little toasting glasses up there behind you, please?
So Ron made that.
This is raspberry shrub, so it's made of
Okay.
raspberries, sugar, and vinegar.
Now, can I ask how you get it that rich red color?
It's the raspberries.
It's the raspberry.
So you let them steep with a whole bunch of sugar overnight. So don't drink this just yet, because I have to dilute it with water. So it's about 50-50.
Okay.
Ron made that.
This is
And then
impressive.
you strain out the berries, and then you add equal part vinegar. So it creates a syrup, basically.
Do not smell it. That's
Yeah.
the catch.
Which one would you
They're
like?
all the same.
And
The
then we'll top it off with some water.
catch is it smells like vinegar,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it tastes really, really good. And I don't know why people don't drink it anymore. But this
This is the
drink
biggest
used to
water
be
thing.
popular for 200 years.
Here's some.
And we'll see what Aaron's review of it is.
I apologize if it's a little strong. I might have put too much in.
No, this is. I love the red color. I'm still like floored that
Think
you
of,
can get something that rich.
A Jolly Rancher, if you will.
Oh.
So what we toast to? St. Genevieve?
The
Saint Genevieve.
Saint Genevieve.
Future of
Clank,
Saint
clank,
Genevieve.
clank, clank, clank. It's a sweet and tangy,
That is
refreshing drink.
delicious.
It is delicious. Now there are other drinks called switchel, which is ginger and honey and vinegar and or molasses could be in it instead of honey. It's like a 18th century Gatorade.
Yeah.
It peps you up.
Oh yeah.
Vinegar
sure.
is good for you. The sugar gives you a boost. So this is something you would drink on a hot day, but it's very popular with French people, English people. I'm sure they drink it elsewhere too. But
Let him try it with more water.
with more water, is it a little hot?
No, I'm
Okay.
I like the concentrated version.
I like it diluted. Can I have a little bit more water?
Yeah.
I almost took it all in one shot because it was so good, and then I saw everybody pull back, and I was like, oh.
You want another one?
It's non-alcoholic. It ain't that
Yeah.
kind of drink.
Now you can
Take
add
a
you can
shot.
add rum to it if you want. You want another
Yeah,
one?
sure. That was delicious.
You might need to serve this with your gumbo or whatever you're making.
That'd be very good, actually.
Oh,
Actually, I was. Yeah.
too much in that one.
Ooh,
That one will wake you up.
it's just 3 ingredients: raspberries, sugar, and vinegar.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll be using that cauldron to make some of this
He's
the week before.
Ooh, that's potent. Gotta put more work. So, that's my thing lately, shrub.
been
Shrub.
obsessed with it.
It's
Ron-
so good. It's like a melted Jolly Rancher.
Oh, we're gonna have to put your face on this. It's gonna be Ron's raspberry shrub.
He keeps a bottle of it in the bedroom now because he just wakes up and drinks it.
I do not. Don't tell
You
him that.
do.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's go see about this cauldron.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. That makes a lot of gumbo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna need this too. A stand.
Thank you.
All right. Tail's all yours, bud. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to come to Ste Genevieve. That is the second weekend of June, June 14th. It's a Saturday. It's a free event, the French Heritage Day here in Ste Genevieve. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.